always go when I need you the most. You always go when I need you the most. You go.
Love this track, man. Always puts me in a good mood. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Let's go. It's the Crypto Lovers Show. This ain't your average YouTube show, baby. Let's go. Woo. Let's bring the energy. Let's bring the heat. Let's bring the movement. 65,000. They tried to snuff it down, but we're pumping up. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Let's bring that music. I am just lit today, as you can see. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Sorry, some people will tune out. They'll say that's cringe. I can't handle it. I don't give a dang what people think of me. I love what I do. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Let's get the energy going. Let's get it flying. Shout out to each and every one of you. Bitcoin holding 65,000. Let's take a look. First thing I want to talk about is the data that came in today. 8:30 unemployment claims. We talked about it since Sunday. We got it at 187. With what happened last week and the good data, we figured that with the rate being good, everything would come in pretty sweet. And it did. 187. So we got less unemployed. It's a big sign. It's a big deal. It's awesome. I like seeing that. So I'm excited. You should be excited because there's some openings there, right, that things could settle off. Now, it's not the best for risk on assets. If the economy is doing so well, why would we have to cut the rate? That's kind of the one thing that does sit and make you think. So that's why I believe Bitcoin took a bit of a hit this morning. What looked like a bit of a hit. We'll see how this kind of comes out into the day because it looks like there's an opportunity to trade here. I like this bounce on the 200 moving average on the 1 hour time frame. Right here, right now. I'm gonna be bold and I'm gonna take this trade. Now I'm gonna do it a little earlier than I should. I shouldn't take this trade this early. Chance I don't win, but I'm gonna front run the fact that this is gonna close green. And I got a lot of resistance here and support. Now, it's a 9-1. I don't got to go that high. But it looks like we could at least get to 66.9. So let's take a look here. I haven't even done I did the top-down analysis this morning. There's some treachery back and forth. The daily doesn't look amazing. There's a few things on the radar today that don't look awesome. And it's crazy how day-to-day, man, 24 hours changes those bars. I mean, a new bar is made, and a bar tells you something. 296 for 13. I mean, such a nice trade. We lose, we win big. You know what I mean? Small loss, bigger win. I like it. I'm going to jump on in. Small amount of margin. You know, liquidation is very way low. I got a good stop loss. I'm using the 200 moving average on the 1 hour time frame. So we start off with a bit of a trade here. Right as we begin the morning, we start off with the trade. Getting it in. So that's the first thing that we start doing. Is trading. Who would have thought, right? On this channel, it says live trading. I see, you know what I mean? Now, there's been a couple of days where I did not live trade because it is what it is, right? Maybe I didn't, it's like surfing. You surf when you're supposed to surf. Anyway, we'll break this down later on. We'll show you what happens to this trade. We'll keep you guys involved. Let's look at the smaller time frame. A bit of a bullish divergence. This is swinging up. That's swinging down. Can we get back above the 200 moving average? Or did I just enter a trap? We'll see. We will see. ENA, I like ENA. I want to see it make a bit of an inverted head and shoulder here. Come back up on the 1 hour time frame. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. This thing has had a little bit of steam recently, and we've been paying attention. So I'm going to keep it on the radar, keep an alert on there. This is my ode to Mario. Shout out to Mario. If you're out there, God bless you, man. And I'm so sorry about your loss, bro. God bless you. Hope you're doing okay. See you soon. Kind of crazy how fast things will go by. You know what I mean? I've been here for 2 months so fast. Anyway, BTC. Oh, what is this? This is the Sammy indicator. Tell you when to short, tell you when to long. Can be used on multiple time frames. Nailed the long right there. Nailed the long right. Yeah, that was a pretty good one. That long was perfect. That crazy wick, though. Nothing you can do about stuff like that. Anyway, that's for another story. at another time. Another. Is it another or is it another? And another time. This trade back only up $1,300, but it's a big time trade on a long time frame. See what happens with this. This weekly turns red and starts to come down. I'm going to get out and reset the trade, you know. Not going to lose any money on learning how to, you know, on not learning, but yeah, kind of learning how to trade the weekly, because I don't trade the weekly. Or not that I don't trade it. I trade it spot. Like, it's very rare, you know. I want to start trading monthly and weekly leverage trades. In my whole life, I've only done it maybe 4 or 5 times. So it's like I want to just get better and better at those bigger time frames. All right. Bang, bang. I have a long open orders. Right. I have long open orders on Bitcoin from 64 to 15K. Hope they don't fill. Amen, brother. Amen. Yeah. Sam, why not ask, did you pick intro music yourself? I've got a subwoofer in my truck, and your intro gets me so hyped every time it comes on. Such a powerful stream. Thank you. God bless you. Appreciate that. Well, I've changed the music here or there. There's a few 3 songs that go back and forth. But yeah, I like to get it bumping. Bump. That song right there that just played too gets it going. This is one of my favorites right here that's coming on. I don't know why. It's got this just like, I still don't know what the guy really says, but to me it sounds like I don't want to sleep. Alt dream, and I think alt dreams, I don't want to sleep. So we just got a major dumpage. They went after anyone who longed for whatever reason. So I think this is what happened here. You had a beautiful supportive resistance. A lot of people said once we dipped and got it back above it, a lot of people said, oh, that's sweet. I'll put my stop right here. And they just raided. That liquidity was just raided. It came to the point that the bigger buyers wanted to buy Bitcoin, and the sellers were willing to sell down here with stop losses and liquidation. So you have to understand, they provided that ability. They provided that ability for Bitcoin to do its thing. All right. So, and that, you know, so remember last night I said I wouldn't long, I wouldn't short. If you really look at it though, look, there's the descending triangle kind of bearing its head, broke it, got back inside. You could even kind of say it hit it when it came there. But man, and the measured move would be the length here to there, and it's just spot on. You say, oh, after the fact every time it works, but no, but just keep doing it and you'll see the same thing, whether I'm showing it, teaching it, or you're living through it. You're going to find out this TA is so spit on. Spit on, baby. Spit on. We're back in the green, baby. Nice bullish divergence here. We could be buying that daily bottom. We're known for calling the daily bottom here many, many days in a row. Time and time again. We might just do it one more time. Let's take a look. We got a super chat in here for Tipper John Yoon. And that's because he liked the Ribbit coin back in the day, if you remember. I know what's going on, see? Greetings, comrade. Thank you, my buddy. If on Robinhood is an excellent hold, very strong, next leg, 20 market cap. Love your work, comrade. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know, maybe I'm not a commie, though. Definitely not a commie. All right. Please, no. Anything but. I'm a libertarian revolutionist. Let's go to the moon, baby, to the moon. Good afternoon, said, will you please check Ian Jensen quickly in the bigger time frames? It's an AI crypto and it's new. We'll take a look. We'll see what's happening. So far, so good. Holding a bit of a gain here. And we're going to deep dive. So we got ENA cooking. Japanese yen looks like it's going to take a beat down against the dollar. They're both going to fall, but the Japanese yen is going to fall harder. You see? So it's kind of like ETH BTC. Tibber was a banger. Remember that thing? Oh, yeah. Good time to buy IF. Great dip. Let's take a look. So people want IF, man. You can see IF is blowing up. Talked about it yesterday, breaking out of this. It didn't even go sideways. Just came up, took the dump, and then continued to rip. This is my second favorite. Love this track. Pump this thing as hard as you can. Yeah, it came back in the pattern, did a bit of a bounce. We're going to look at it on bigger and smaller time frames. Let's take a look at this thing. And TA does work on these coins, I'm telling you. I've done it many times and it's played out. So we started the stream. We've been 11 minutes. We've already given a live trade, showing you some levels. We're going to deep dive why I like them. We're going to go through the monthly all the way down to the 1 minute. We're going to do one of the greatest top-down analysis you've ever seen. We're going to have an absolute blast doing it. We're going to stay positive. We're going to speak amazing things into fruition. And we're just going to have a great life. Thank you, dear Lord, for everything you've given me in this life. Thank you for being here and having the ability to have a YouTube channel. God bless everybody that's cooking with the lifer. And last night, it looked to me like it was going to, he's a slow dump back to the 4-hour 21. Wow, I mean, that's the highest seen at $6.6 million market cap. We saw it at 450,000. So it's now done about a 12.5x for anyone that got in when we first got in. Things started ripping. Amazing. Look at that. That's on a massive tear. So what we want to see now on the 4-hour, and look, you can do a few things. It's very simple. You type in RSI, relative strength and stochastics, and then MA. Hit it twice. Simple stuff, right? Boom, 21. Boom, 21. Styles, what? A nice what line. The man was a what man. And then we make it yellow. A yellow. No, you can't do that. Don't say that. Don't say that. Oh, I almost said it just because. Oh, my God. No. Crazy. Good. You learn how to catch yourself when you've been doing the announcing thing for a long time. See where the 21 is? I mean, they got to hang out again. If it's bullish, it's gonna flag out, folks. And it's actually got a nice leg back to it's got another leg there. Next thing you know, this thing does a 4x here too, you know. A penny and a half looks like it's coming here, possibly. You look at the 1 hour. We'll see. What if it just... another thing I've seen in my life is like it's in a bull flag. It broke out, broke back down, and this flag's just going to rip. That's possible too. Like this pumps and this thing goes, never gets a chance to consolidate. That's possible. And you go the length of this just right out the flag. Consolidation would be nice. It would give you a little more of an edge that, okay, it's going to happen, right? What you don't want to see is you don't want to lose the 15-minute 200 moving average. You want this to kind of start to consolidate. So I'm looking for it to get tight. If it gets tight, it's kind of a buy. Because now you got a lot of people talking about it. You guys are asking about it. Multiple people are asking about it on the stream, I don't know. I'm seeing something like this. So far, so good. It doesn't look like it's going to stop. Show me that it's going to stop, and it'll stop. Right now, it looks like it's still got some type of parabola in tow here. Yeah, if looks interesting, folks. What if? You never know. You got a lot of people wondering, what if? I saw it trending this morning as well on X, so it's everywhere. We're never there, Nice pump for Bitcoin, back off the 200 moving average. So far, my philosophy, my idea is playing out, right? Small time frames, big ones. We need this now to flag out. I'm going to teach you how to kind of track it if you want to. Sometimes the small time frames will be so neurotic, you may want to leave them alone. Trade the 1 hour goal. Hang out. You got our hotel. Right now, someone's on vacation, but they're watching the stream. They're hanging out. They saw the play. They made the play with me. Stop loss is here. They go to the beach with your family for the day, man. Hang out. You did your thing. You made your trade. Now it could come up here, continue to pump somewhere up to here. All right. I know you're going to watch the stream because you love the stream, and there's other things, but after that, after the stream ends, you're done. You don't need anything else, all right? You don't need to do nothing. And now we're going to see if we, 30 second is getting above the 200 moving average. This got to stay above it. Flag out something, If you want to get this technical, you can. I'll teach you how to bring it all the way down. Get a move to the upside. You see what I'm saying? And then we're looking for the 1 minute to break that 200. We get that, the 5 minute. Then the 15 minute has you know what I mean? And then we're kind of back in the money again. And then so far with the 1 hour, and then the 1 hour never loses it. 45 minute also right on that 200. Right now, that's the battle right there. You lose that on the 45. Stochastics look good so far. MACD turning. BlackRock formed Bitcoin Security Consortium to prepare for quantum computing threat. Interesting, right? That's a good one to read. Hey, they're gonna make sure we don't lose money because they have enough Bitcoin. So I wouldn't stress it. You know, Bitcoin slips as Bitcoin war expansion sends oil surging above 90 per barrel. There's a lot of things that happen. The yield actually going up too, which puts pressure. And remember, follow me on X, man. I'm giving you guys this data quickly and fast and fun, Like U.S. Treasury yield just hit 4.6 to 4%, highest since early 2025. Crypto traders pay attention. Rising yield tightens financial conditions and raise the opportunity cost for holding non-yielding assets like a Bitcoin. I mean, Bitcoin actually can provide a yield, though. So that's, you know what I mean? In some ways. I get it, though, to the traditional. TOKEN2049 challenge in Singapore, the 7th and the 8th of October. All right? U.S. users who reach their acquired tier can unlock corresponding rewards. 10,000 volume. And this is just anyone under my link. You don't have to sign up. You're just there. Limited to the top 50 people to do it. But you hit 10,000, 100,000, 10 USD. And, you know what I mean? You get the big one, 500 USDT, right? So that's a coupon. These are trial funds, you see? Anyway, this is out there for anyone underneath the Crypto Lifer link. I appreciate that. Okay, let's get back into my top-down analysis for BTC, as it's kind of what I need to do for my own little OCD brain every single day. Just kind of how it works. Let's take a look at what's happening on the weekly and the monthly and break it down. So every day I take a look at the monthly. I ain't getting no rest because I ain't getting no sleep. No, but seriously, every day I take a look at the monthly. Powered by caffeine. We're going to go back to the lemon water and the working out, natural endorphins. We're almost there. But, I'm looking at this falling wedge here for Bitcoin. You can say, okay, we're here and we're going to slip a little bit more. I mean, I'm open-minded. Anything could happen. If that does, this is what, like, the bears are saying. The real hardcore bears, fine, maybe. What, 53,000, 54K? Fine, maybe. Great. Like, you know what I mean? Worst case scenario, like, it doesn't look that bad to me for Bitcoin no more. I think the worst is definitely over, right? The worst is definitely over. We're at least, I'd say 80 to 90% through the dump. We did our thing, and I'm not saying it has to match every time. It doesn't have to be exact, but man, like, we did our thing, man. We dumped, right? Couple more months left in November, October, November 1st. I say November 1st is when we solidify a higher low and we really can see that things are starting to go our way. You see what I'm saying? And we're ready to move. Giant measured move here on the monthly suggests we can go way higher. 175,008. But it does suggest that's not going to happen until 2029. So we'll see higher highs for Bitcoin. We'll get back above 100,000. All that, and eventually 100K will become the floor. And to me, that's all. I got in around $1,000. If 100K becomes the floor, I 100x the asset. And again, I know other people wanted to go huge, and it will over time if they continue to print money. But, what if it makes a rising wedge here? Goes parabolic. There's a chance. I never consider this in all my drawings. I'm Simon, and I like to make drawings. Draw drawings. 264,000 possibly by April 30, But it would have to go parabolic. There would have to be some bigger catalyst. And it could happen. I mean, the more people pile in, the more they feel left out. The more that people aren't in feel left out. And you know what that creates? It's the big F. FOMO, right? And people just feel like they have to do something. That's going to happen to a lot of corporate balance sheets. If you don't have Bitcoin on the balance sheet, you're going to look back and be like, dang, what did I do? Every 5 years, I think people are going to realize it wasn't a good idea. They could have done something better. And at least a small pivot. Like, you don't even have to make like a giant crazy move in your life. Just a small pivot. A slight allocation, 10%, something, 3%, heck, 2%, 1%. And I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say should be taken as financial advice, but and you got to have a bigger outlook. It has to be part of your balance sheet for 5 to 10 years.
And in my humble opinion, I believe that's going to be a good look over time, you know. So I'm looking for this to create some type of inverted head and shoulder here. It might be sloppy, you know, we don't know exactly how it's going to look, but something like this. And November 1st, for whatever reason, keeps coming up on my radar. And I pull it, and it gives me about, 426 days. And it says like the bottom, maybe we slip. I feel like this was the bottom, but you know what I mean? Everyone's trying to say, well, the bottom has to be in 400 days because this bottom happened right there. 395 days was wick to wick. We kind of, we were pretty close to the bottom there. Both of them were pretty, So to me, when you look at it, the big picture, and we take the top wick here and come down, and 330, 360, somewhere around here. November 1st I keep seeing is going to be our bottom. That's going to be when we bottom. Anyway, everything looks pretty good and the setup looks decent. Could this continue to slide? Anything is possible. First thing in all of this, no matter what happens, the end of July has to close, right? And then when it closes, we get information, because candle bodies closing is amazing. Once you realize this and you can take a deep breath, you're going to be like, oh my gosh. It was never as complicated as I thought. I just needed to actually care about candle bodies. And when they close, what happened to them? And I actually had to pay attention to the candle. If I did that, and I was really and again, there's a difference between people watching a video saying they're going to do, oh, I learned that. I know how to do that. A lot of people know how to trade. They know how to use the 21 moving average. They know how. A lot of guys know how to pick up a girl. They've read books. You get what I've just said? They've read books on it. They've studied on it. They've never done it. They don't do it. They can't do it. You get what I mean? A lot of people know how to sail. They've studied how to sail. They've watched videos. They've never gotten to a sailboat. A lot of people know how to garden. They've never put a plant in the ground. Knowing how to do something and doing it are two different things. 100%. You see what I'm saying? And just that's another, one thing I want to kind of put out there. So once you know how to do something, you got to start doing it. You got to put it into action. That's what I love about the stream. Like, it's about putting everything that we learned together into action together, right? No big heroics, no nothing crazy, just live trading in front of you guys, because this is what we do together. Back at break even. We'll see how this plays out. Now, today I did something I never do. I traded before my model. I'm using the 1 hour instead of looking at the 1 minute. Could be a nice higher low for a bounce. Could be some nasty downside. We're going to get into all that soon, and we'll be on the 1 minute by the end of this. But I take my reprieve and at least trade look at the bigger time frames for now, because I'm on those smaller time frames a lot. It's important to always freshen up on the bigger ones. Don't overload too much. So the 2-week chart, I keep seeing too a possibility. I don't think it's important. I'm going to switch back here to BTC USD. Just so you can see all the all-time history index. And look how we're tapping the 200 moving average. I mean, that's a very beautiful place to be. We sold the local top. Remember, we sold 66.8? It went to 66 times. Remember, I told you that was it. I'm very good. Why? Because the 21 was that far away from the 200. Like, there was, you get in when it's tight, folks. You get in here. We got out there, man. We played this beautiful flag. And shout out to anyone that took gains with the lifer, man. It was one of my signature, most beautiful trades. In there, out, you know what I mean? Can't beat it. And again, use the 21 on the 200. I used the 4-hour time frame to do it. We were trading this flag here, if you remember. We're in right around that 21, and when we got that far away, I said, I'm far from, and those pumps were huge. They were almost unreal. They were a little bit unrealistic. So there you have it. Anyway, beautiful pump to the upside. Taking profit yesterday was amazing. And then here we sit, and then, slow bleed back to what? The 21-day moving average. Remember this, every time you pump up hard, stochastics RSI get above the dotted line. RSI is getting overextended. Big volume, and you're away from that 21. You're coming back to the 21. Look, happened here. Where did you go? Back to the 21, down a little bit more. Happened here. This one was a nice run, but eventually we came back to the 21. How do you know between this one and that one? Well, this went sideways, and if you zoomed into the 1 minute, the 1 hour, the 15, there was a nice flag there for you where you were touching the 21 above the 200. And that's why zooming in on small time frames will give you the yes or no when you see something on a bigger time frame that you're not totally sure about. And remember, once we cross the 200 moving average in the 4 hour, the uptrend is on. And look, low, higher lows, right? It all was there. That's why you could see why I traded what I traded. And yeah, the measured move was a little bigger. We wanted to see this pump. But we got, a little, we didn't get, this is the summer. You're not going to get all the follow through that you're looking for. Anyway, let's get back to big time frame and zoom in. So anyway, I'm cool with the monthly. I just want to see the monthly close green. So far, we have about 8 days until that happens, the 31st of July. And we'll see that. We'll see. All right. I believe that is a Friday. So we'll see, 52-week moving average, which is basically a yearly. I don't know. Look, it almost like it topped out there, and but that could go. What if it makes a giant head and shoulder? And it's interesting. I wouldn't put much faith in it, but look, it has drowning volume. Huh? It's a little more bearish than I think it would. Doesn't have the moving averages just yet. Now remember, that's all-time history index. Oh yeah, so the 2-week chart still, and you have some previous supporters resistance. You got this big old line here. You got this line here. They're holding. And what am I talking about? I want to zoom in for you. Whenever two candle bodies are tight next to each other, you want to pay a lot of attention to it. So right there, very tight. 1, 2. That's going to be a hard, especially on a 2-week chart, man. A daily is important, but this is huge. And then another support there at 54.9, 55. And we bounced there, a bunch of times. Still looks bullish to me so far. Flip it upside down, rising wedge that breaks to the downside, right? Bearish div, like shoulder, head, right shoulder. The weekly. Weekly looks good to me as long as we stay above the 200 moving average. I'm going to harp on this and talk about it and show you. That's why I'm in the weekly trade again. I'm in there. I did this on the 5-day, if you remember, weeks ago. When we got above it, I longed. I was in the money. I moved my stop, and then it didn't happen. All right. Next time we get above the 200, I'm long again on that 5-day. I remember when we got above the 5-day here, I said we probably could never go back again, and we didn't. We got a fake out right there, man. It looked very, very close. But, the bigger time frames are in control right now. If we do start a fall, the next move likely area is going to be the 200 moving average on the 2-week chart. We lose that weekly again, and you close below it. This turns into some type of bear flag. We dump down. We're going to be dumping somewhere down to 49.50K. This could be ready for this. This could happen. This could be ultimate capitulation. Then we could have a really nice inverted head and shoulder. Same idea. November 1st is the higher low. It's just about 60K, and then we dig out. It might be a little. Sometimes I am a little early. Maybe I'm a little early. Whatever happens here, both of these, in my humble opinion, and this is going to be crazy, right? But one of these happening is 90% accurate, but we're very close to the bottom, folks. I am 90% sure of it. The fact that we hit fear and greed 5 twice in 8, I've never seen that. That doesn't happen. And now we're not, we're fighting to get back into the low 20s again since last month. So we got fear. We don't get extreme fear. Extreme fear is the best buys in the game. That's when Bitcoin is on a fire sale. And you don't get it. It's just like you don't get to heavy greed unless you have a lot of money coming into the market. And it's only there for so long. You only get to the extremes for so long. So whenever you're in the extremes, you got to understand, dang. We have winters that are harsh, right? In Boston. And sometimes it gets to negative something. But it's rare. Boston has maybe 5 to 10 days that are -7 degrees. Maybe 20. I don't know. But it's not like Saskatchewan. You know what I mean? It's cold. My point is, when you're at these, in anything in life, when you're at extremes, know that it's almost over, man. When you feel like you can't take it anymore in trading, and it feels like you just can't do it anymore, you're likely very close to a big win. Or maybe you're going to take your first day off and actually stop and think for a second, journal it, write it down. Maybe that's the win. Maybe the win isn't winning, but it's you're going to actually do something different about your trading. If you keep doing the same thing, that's the definition of insanity, right? Everyone always says that. It's that cliche topic, but it's true. If you keep losing, keep getting liquidated, can't seem to hold an account, you got to ask yourself, what am I doing? You got to go back to demo. You got to go back to the hunt. You got to get into some type of system that works. Maybe you're too new for the type of environment that we're in, and you're not. Your emotions are just, they're getting battled too much. Give yourself some more time around the market. Hang out. I have battle scars. All us traders do. None of us made it. None of us made our first million in trading without heavy losses and a lot of scars. I'm telling you right now. I paid so heavily for my wins in trading. They're definitely worth it. Like my life, but I know that I paid for it. You know what I mean? I feel as if I was in battle for a long time. I've been doing this for I remember when I just started, I was a kid with a bank account just like anybody else, working a job in the TV industry. I told you guys, making $12.50 a week. I was making at one point $175 a day. I started, man. 5 days a week. I was making $875 times 4. $3,500. I told my story. I told this entire story with a calculator to my trading group on a weekly screen share about how I turned this job into where I am today. And anybody can, and anyone say, "Oh, that's a lot of money. That's good pay." In New York City, in Boston, I mean, that's like, the basic. But hey, I'm not trying to talk down anyone's life. I think in a third world country, this is multimillionaire status. And I get it. I don't want to be rude. You know what I mean? But the cost of living is different here. The way of life is different. Everything is not the same, But I remember starting out and kind of my life, and I read books on people that became multimillionaires. And it told me that once you get a job, you work a job, you start saving money. And again, I'm not a financial advisor by any means. Nothing I say and do should be taken as such. But you get a job, you start making money. And when you get a job, see what the average person does. Say they're driving a Honda Civic that they bought used from a friend for $5,000, right? And it works. There's nothing wrong with it. And they're making, let's just say, $875 a week. Next thing you know, something happens. Someone leaves. They're in the right position at the right time. They get that raise at the job. And next thing you know, they go to making, let's say, $1,200 a week. It's a decent raise, 50% raise on the money. And they could still drive the Civic for another 2 to 3 years. Nothing wrong. Get it. But they immediately go get an Acura and get into a lease for $300 a month. You know what I'm saying? And like $3,000 down. Now they're in the whole $8,000. My whole point is a lot of people, every time they got a raise or their life went up, they got more. They did something to show off to everyone that their life was going up. Everyone's like, "But Sam, you bought a Lambo." I bought a Lambo at 42 years old after years of being humble, man. And years of not spending any money. And I bought it just to preserve some money. Like, I think in 5 years, I'll be able to sell it. You know what I mean? Or it'll be exactly the same price, and I would have some fun with it. Maybe not. Maybe the maintenance and the tires and all that will add up. Who knows? I'll find out it was the worst thing I ever did. I'll learn a lesson no matter what I did. Life is not about being right all the time. It's about learning from every experience that you do. You do it. When I bought that car, it was the craziest thing I probably ever did in my life. When I walked into that dealership, and I literally was like, insane, bro. Guys and girls out there, like, I almost did it to prove to myself that I was crazy enough to do it. I have to be honest. I think that was the main reason. When anyone asked me why I truly bought it, because I didn't think I had the guts to do it. I didn't think I was the person that could ever do something like that. And when I did it, I was like, it was almost to prove to myself, like, I wasn't the old person. I was someone new. Like, I could do whatever I put my mind to. I could do whatever I dream up. Like, I live in a simulation. Like, it doesn't exist, man. Don't hold on so tight, Like, it taught me a bunch of different things. A lot of miners, people that really love their money, they hold on to it so tight they would never buy that. Because they would be like, "Oh, but what if it crashes? What if something happens?" There's a risk there. For sure, every time you drive it, it's in jeopardy, right? It's definitely not more of almost a liability than an asset in some ways. Anyway, let's get back into Bitcoin. I know, but I just wanted to, it's, you do your thing in life, and you don't answer to nobody, everyone. Remember that. Don't take any ish from anybody. Don't take any nonsense from nobody. This is your life. You don't live it for anybody else. Be nice, be kind, be cordial. Right? Be respectful. If you can teach people what you know, fine. If you can spread your knowledge, do good. But you owe nobody nothing, man. Remember that. Like, I mean, you owe your elders respect. You owe your parents love. I wouldn't want to say that, but you know what I mean? Random people, like, this could turn into some tightness here. We could get like 4 more weeks of just complete sideways price action before we either get a pull down in September or we kind of get saved. So, this is, I haven't really looked at this before. It's still kind of possible head and shoulder action here. We're not out of the water just yet. But if that were to really go to its measured move, I just want to, entertain this stuff. Be something like that, the neckline. I mean, you're talking a $31,000 Bitcoin. I'm open-minded. Some of my friends say, no, that would never happen, Sam. Be easy. I'm open-minded, but that would take step by step. It wouldn't happen overnight. We would see the signs. We'd break the 200 here. We'd be, you would, trust me. We go over it every day here on the channel. We would see it. And I do my update every night. I would see it. Because I go over Bitcoin so much, I'm like Jon Snow on the wall for Bitcoin. I'm always watching. I'm always waiting. I'm going to make a tweet about that today, and I'm going to have Grok make me look like Jon Snow on the wall. The wall's going to be like a Bitcoin wall. We'll figure out something interesting. And all the bears will be like the skeletons, but they'll be like skeleton bears. Oh, man, I'm going to tell Grok to make the coolest image ever. I could just do it right now. I'll watch. But I want to give it my image. Wonder if it can do sound with the music. I don't know if it can do that. Make an image of a man that looks like the Crypto Lifer. If you go to cryptolifer.com to the About section to find out, use his image if you can. Sam Price. Google Sam Price, Crypto Lifer. Use his image. And make him look like Jon Snow on the wall. But the wall is like a Bitcoin wall. Use the snow. Make it cold. Make him look like he has like animal skins on. And put him on a big giant wall. And then below him, show this the walkers, right? These like skinwalkers, which are skeletons, dead people skeletons, but they're skeleton bears. They're like skinny bears walking, coming, and he's like up there protecting them with this wand, and he's sending out like this force field on top of the wall, and he looks like Jon Snow from Game of Thrones. Can you make an image like that? Let's see what it does. Funny, I realize you always have that voice. You just put it in there. Get it done. Funny, I want them coming at him I want it from POV from over his, but that's pretty good. That ain't bad. And I just put another image, put my face in there, boom, boom, boom. Turn them around so they're coming at the wall. And man, we got ourselves I'll work on that later. We got ourselves a funny little tweet there, right? So whatever your mind comes up. And that's what Twitter is for, man. It's for being creative. It's for being fun. It's for kind of also it's a creative outlet. As crazy as that sounds, you can work with AI to make creations every single day. I think that's what I love about what I do too. So the weekly looks good to me above the 200 moving average, but it's back and forth now. It was a stronger candle only, not too long ago. We'll see how this plays out. Bookmap suggesting that we are going to go lower. 64,600 is looming. Look at all that liquidity down there. So they kind of propped it up, made it look good. Oh, look at that dump just now. Double top, rejection of the 200 moving average, and now they're coming down yet again. We'll see, though. Remember, the 1 hour is pretty big. I'm using the 1 hour, so we'll see where this goes. I'm not risking a lot of money, too, as it is low volume on the summer. Remember, would a trade in October, November, December, maybe even January, February, March, way smaller, like Easter weekend. Well, every once in a while something happens, don't get me wrong. But majority of the time, Easter weekend, Thanksgiving, holidays, American holidays where people are desperately not looking at the charts. How is the liquidity going to be the same? They're not programming their bots. They're not hanging out. They're walking away. Maybe because of AI now, the holidays won't matter because too many people will be using things that don't care about the holidays. They'll just be trading. But I wouldn't put all my money on that. What I do know about is American holidays can be slow. My whole point is I wouldn't go all in. I'd go all in on a nice, good Tuesday with good volume on an October. Oh, my gosh. But I wouldn't go, I never go all in. You know what I'm saying? But I'd make a heavy trade. But I wouldn't make a heavy trade on Thanksgiving night. And I got to say that I probably did them. Someone's like, you did though. 2 years ago, I saw you. You made a heavy trade. I'm thinking, you never know. Anything is anything in trading. That's the crazy thing. But the majority of the time, there's better times to trade. That's the whole point of this little analogy that I'm making. Wow, look at the 1 hour. Just look at the volatility on it. It's a mess right now. And I saw trading today was, you know why I could tell trading? Because I sniffed it out. The sentiment was bullish for Bitcoin. All of a sudden it had this rip. Everyone was happy. Then we lose 66,000. It doesn't look like we're headed back to 68 or 70K again, and people get kind of weary. And everyone's like, huh? Then all of a sudden you get bearish news on the Strait of Hormuz. You know what I mean? People don't know what's going on. The world economy seems shaky. Next thing, the yield pumps, right? And then definitely next week we have a Fed rate, a Fed meeting, which feels weird. I feel like we just had one, but and that comes on July 29th. 73% chance they keep the rate exactly the same at the current rate. It's even more of a chance that they raise the rate. So right now, just know if we go to September of 2027, there's more high of a chance that. So it's looking like rate hikes are coming. So this is what they do. When the market is good, the Fed wants to pin the market tighter. It looks like it has to do what it has to do, but this is how I look at it. Because when the markets get bad again, it needs the space to be able to cut rates. If it doesn't raise the rates and the market keeps getting bad, it'll have to keep going down to the point where it can't cut rates ever again. Because you can't, you cut meat off a thing, and then there's nothing to cut off. So they have to basically push the rates up on top, and it kind of presses us. So they have to make it hard on us, which is crazy, right? Shouldn't exist. The market should just run by itself. Now that they're doing this, this has now been included. It's almost like now, once you have it there, it has to happen. You got to feed it once you got it. I want to look for a good example. I don't have it right now, but this is something you have to think about. And look at the Fed pyramid here. So just looking into the future. And again, anything could change. But what I want to tell you is Bitcoin doesn't need cuts to have a pump. Look at the pump, the last few pumps it just had. Had nothing to do. You know what the last few pumps Bitcoin had were? I'll tell you what. You know what they were about? Look at the 50 and the 80 there on the 3-week. They were about the fact that Bitcoin didn't respond as bearish as it used to the same information. And that's bullish. Eventually, you get hit with bearish, you dump. You get hit with bearish, you dump. You get hit with bearish, you dump. Strait of Hormuz, this and that, right? Blah, blah, blah. Eventually, look, Strait of Hormuz got nasty. Things didn't get well. It wasn't amazing. Bitcoin just said, okay, I don't care. I'm going to rip for the next 4 weeks. You see what I mean? And again, I'm not saying it can't. There these other caveats, the rate cuts would help Bitcoin. It wouldn't. I'm not saying it wouldn't be great. It would be an add-on. But Bitcoin strength will come through no matter what over time. I've known that, before I used to buy Bitcoin, I used to do my show here. We never even went over the rate cuts, right? I didn't know that much about it. Maybe somewhere here 5 years ago, 6 years ago. I learned all this stuff and became more knowledgeable about the financial world and the systems that we live in. And now we include it in the show because it's part of how we do business. 5-day chart, I look at it every day. A couple times a day, maybe even more. Looks interesting to me. It's fighting off this red candle here. But don't let this thing turn red. If it does, we got ourselves kind of a shoulder. You can almost say shoulder, head, shoulder. It could be a complex head and shoulder. It was big when this candle was green and we were above this level. 65.8 is a big deal. We got to close the candle back above 65.8 to remain bullish. And look at the 3-day chart. That's a bearish candle. That closes tonight. That closes with a massive wick down. Rejection on the 21. It's not amazing. And it's basically a double top. And you can't tell me this doesn't look like a complex shoulder, head, shoulder. That's a complex head and shoulder. The next thing you know, we dump for the next 9 to 10 days. We make the right shoulder. We make a bear flag on the 4-hour. We're losing 200 moving averages on the 1 hour. We'll know. And this could, we could have ourselves a bit of a bearish time here. August and September, the worst months ever. You know what I mean? And that would make, dump through August and September. September's then sideways. We finally find our bottom somewhere at 34. This could happen, folks. To me, the worst case scenario for Bitcoin. Worst case scenario. There's some signs that that's not going to happen. And that's the bullish divergence that we keep. Look at the strong bull div on the 3-day chart. Even right there, that swings down, that swings up. This whole thing swings up, that swings down. But nothing is 100% in trading. Nothing. Just want to put that out there. You know, divergence is 90, 80%. It can get you through a lot of stuff. But I've learned my lesson in trading that, you know, and that's why I put in the work every day. And I'm willing to be open-minded every day because I know, and I've been had before. I thought for sure something was a certain way, and I got so into it, my emotions started backing it up. You know, I'm whispering sweet nothings into my own ears late at night. You know, all your bullish ideas are great. Then you double up before you go to bed because you're like, it has to. I have to turn $7,000 into $40,000. It has to be this way. I don't know, but for me, I don't know about you, but I get into these obsessive mind thoughts that I can't shake, and I don't do it anymore. You know, I'm almost like I'm aware, but I remember myself doing this a lot. Now it's just the charts, and because each and every one of you, because I had to show up every day and do my live show, I had to commit to the charts, because if I didn't commit to the charts, I couldn't trade live in front of you guys. We'd never be able to, you know, actually have fun here. So look at this double bottom. Dang, man, this is looking. Look at this double top. That was a backwards Adam and Eve there. Struggling to get back in again. I broke my own rules too. Look, I got it to a long before we cracked the 1 minute 200 moving average. I used to try to do this all the time, and I learned the risks of it. And then I just only took the model above the 200. Even on the one day, it was the nastiest dump. We dumped like that night into the morning dump. We dumped all day. And then at like 6 p.m. that night, we crossed the 200. Bang, I hit the model, and I made $1,000 in like 10 minutes. And I remember posting to the group, like, just made $1,000 in 10 minutes. I'm done for the day. And I long Bitcoin on a most bearish day ever. Any day could be someone's day. Someday I struggle trading, and someone in the group's like, dude, I had my biggest win ever. And I'm always like, dude, I love that. I love my life. It's not about me all the time. It's about everybody else sometimes. Most of the time it should be, you know. It should be about yourself sometimes. I mean, selfishness is good. You got to wash your butt. Oh, I almost did it. See? Hey, but you know, you got to take care of yourself sometimes. Otherwise, you won't be there for others. You got to love yourself so you can love other people, man. Facts. A lot of people don't realize the power of love. Anyway, I would like to see the daily hold this beautiful trend line. That's what I'm looking for. This is the sauce that I'm into. DN, I remember Dione Protocol having a little bit of a move today. All coins having a little fun, you know? Not amazing. A little bit of movement. Shido, I can't believe. Remember Shido? What a dump it had. It got like exploited. How many coins got exploited in the last, 5 years? Oh my God. They printed 100 coins out the 100 million out the DeFi protocol. What? I think it happened this week too. I saw a bunch of DeFi exploits yet again. AFX, something like, I don't want to. I'm just remembering something I quickly saw. So, this could end up becoming a head and shoulder pattern. It would dump here and hang out and then dump more. I feel like that's what we'd be looking at. Or we're going to get some type of closure here. 8-hour time frame below got rejected by the 200. 4-hour looks bearish still. 2-hour has still above the 200 moving average. See, the 2-hour looks okay. Like the 2-hour says, nah, don't stress too much. We got a 1, 2, third high or low in a row. Just look for this candle to close green. It did throw off the whole pattern, though. You can see, like, it turned it into a broadening falling wedge if we do get the bounce. So we're looking to get these, for some reason, remind me of a squawking bird. I call it the squawking pattern, the squawking duck, squawk, but can we get that with his beak open, Wow, we're about to lose that 200 on the 1 minute, on the 1 hour. That's no good. That candle closed so bearish. Look at that. They faked me out. It did close green. So you can say, okay, here's the long, but like now it's like, dang. So smart for risking a small amount. Like I didn't go like 5,000 for 15 or 3,000 or even 1,000 for 3. I think like 278. And it was a 5-1 or something. So it was like, or 4-1. It was like 278 for like 1,300. Anyway, we'll see what happens. This could turn into the wick. You do want to dump when the candle opens. So that's the first thing. You do want to dump when the candle opens. Right when I said that, we got a little bit of a reprieve there. Well, we want it. This candle now has to close with a wick. You got to really see this candle close green at 12 o'clock with a wick above the 200 moving average. Extremely, extremely, extremely important. And now what I do is I start to zoom in because the smaller time frames will give us what's happening. And then you want to kind of get bearish on yourself to see, like, is this going to make a descending triangle that dumps to the downside? Is there more downside coming that we just can't see just yet? And is that a possibility, right? So that's the one that you got to just kind of, you got to watch it, and you got to watch it closely. If you want to be a day trader, a leveraged day trader, this is a lot of work. This is no joke. It's not easy money at all. You're going to work for it every second of the day. Let's go to our 5 and kind of head and shouldering. Oh, I need to like look at this again fresh with a clear mind. This is like, and sometimes the 1 minute's all you got. Like, see this like kind of head and shoulder on the 1 minute. It's like right now, all I can see as far as patterns go seems to be calling for 64.4. All that, look at it's all down there. So Bookmap and the liquidity are both suggesting that we get a move to the downside. You know what I mean? I'm in the basement too. I don't know how the heck a fly gets in here and then gets to the basement. It's like there's one fly in the whole basement. He's in my face. So crazy. I'm in the horse farms out here. So, but look at that. I mean, shoulder, head, right shoulder, possibly. And again, I know it's not a perfect head. Right? It's like double topped head, but flip this upside down and we look for the model. And you kind of say we'd be like, you know, you'd be doing something kind of like this, right? The 21's touching above the 200. Do I flip short immediately? I don't love to short as much as I like to long. Personally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kind of like a quadruple bottom here. A little lower now. That looks like a double bottom off 64.8. A whale might step in and say no. We'll know by how the 1 hour reacts to the 200 moving average. You see, we get a bounce and a candle close. This is strong. I like that we dumped at the beginning of the hour. It's better than pumping. Had we pumped at the beginning of the hour, I'd be like, oh my gosh, that's no good. So when reading candle bodies, remember, you want to look at the hour. This is a great way to trade. So when the hour hits, like 11, and this is why it takes discipline and focus, because you have to say, at 11, I'm going to look at this candle, and I want to get this type of information from it. And then at 11, you don't go eat your tendies. Talking to you, master friend. You don't go eat your tendies, all right? Go grab that Big Mac. He's like, Big Mac, I don't eat that trash. I eat my tendies. I know. I eat my Wendy's, bro. No, but seriously, I'm just messing with you. But God bless you, man. Shout out to, speaking of Master Friend, man, God bless you guys. If you want extra training inside of my Discord, it's amazing. And we got Master Friend inside there. I can't do it myself. How could I teach thousands of people, right? So we got more than me in there. I tried to kill the fly, and I hit, dang fly. And we're dumping again here below the 200 moving average. Anyway, hit this QR code. This is $300 extra bucks inside my Discord, but man, you get 3 sessions a week. He puts his heart and soul into it. He's going to ask you about your trades, figure things out, helps people get funded, helps a lot of interesting people. So find out more, hit the QR code, Master Friend, my man Aliens, find out what's going down. So look at this. I like what I'm seeing here. If we can get back above it, red can be good. All right. I don't like this candle. This candle was sad. It's looking monstrous. When it was that big, I kind of like, I drank the Kool-Aid. To be honest, I bought a big, you know, even happens to me. I bought a big one. I bought a big green candle. It was so big to me. I felt like it would somewhere come around here, but not lose that. I didn't think it could lose that much. I didn't think we were trading Monday, man. I didn't know it was False Move Monday on, on Thursday. But, hey, you blame yourself for everything. I also didn't wait for us to cross the 200 on the 1 minute. If I look at this, it looks like a descending triangle that wants to dump. It's got double bottoms, but it also, Bookmap says they're going to roll over and take me out. The double bottom is sitting there. Here's my stop loss. Sitting in the wind. Blowing in the wind at 289, 283. Oh man, when you're on your back, I was on my back playing cards with the kids, and then the baby jumped on my back and then came down hard. And she's 2 years old, man. She might be 30 pounds. Did she hit the small of my back with all her might? Dude, my back has been sore. I mean, she hit me hard, bro. I know I'm crying about a baby. I know, but she hit me hard. My back has been sore ever since, bro. She went in on me, man. I know it's happened to someone here in the chat when kids just go hard. S&P trade dumping, man. It went back up one, but now after this news, no go. S&P struggling to hold some key levels. We're going to talk about that too as well. And that's why you don't over risk, We've had some good wins the last few weeks too, so I'm excited. I know more wins are coming our way. You just got to stay focused and poised. That right now, I gotta say, is looking more bearish than bullish to me. Looking like some type of descending triangle going to take us down. But look, and now it's pumping at the beginning. That's not what that's a wick down that's going to dump so hard. Like if this candle opens with a pump, it usually turns into the nastiest red candle ever. Usually, it doesn't mean it has to. It could wick down a little bit, hit red, then flip back up again. But they're likely to eat me alive here on the small. And see how scalping has been like trading the 4 hour on my model was the big money that I made this week. And then that's been it. Nothing else has really got me going and got me that excited. Because the big time frame pays and my model is awesome. And I saw it on the 4 hour. So I got excited. And I didn't get the bigger follow through that I was looking for. Yeah, that candle should turn red and dump in your face. Technically speaking, as far as candles go. Thank you so much. It looks like someone did give a membership out there. I appreciate that. And that's Bitcoin Bill, dude. Again, giving 20 gifted memberships. People are so nice to me. I wonder, thank you so much. God bless you, bro. Appreciate it. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I love buying red DCA days. Exactly. DCAing into Bitcoin is the move during the summers, man. Keeping your head on straight. Not getting overly emotional about your trades. Not revenge trading or, you know what I mean? It's the summertime, low volume, right? Just take a deep breath and relax and let things kind of do their thing. This looks like it's going down. I have to be honest. My trading style says 21 above the 200, the other side. We trade this on the 3 minute and the 1 minute to the upside. So if it works to the upside, then it works to the downside. It's like Alice in Wonderland. It's actually, I've traded this that's a beautiful short right there. I will be surprised if I don't get stopped out now. So why don't you flip short now? Probably should. I don't know if I have the guts. Grow a pair, man, and get in there. No, it's like, if I wasn't poison ready with the stop loss and on the whole thing thought out, then I'm going to take my lickings. It just is what it is. Like a loss is good for me. A small loss is good. It keeps me in line for a big win. Lately, I've been taking small losses, and then I've been taking some big wins. So I'll take the small losses. Anywhere between $200 and $500 to me is great. And then I'll go from there. Discipline and patience. Alice in Wonderland, baby. Yep. And you just got to go one step at a time. But that's the model upside down. All I had to do was just trade the model upside down. I got the model. Just trade it upside down, Sammy. And look, there's my model today right there. Hit the 21 and get paid on the... We do this every day when it goes bullish. It's the same story. We crossed the 200 moving average, but we dumped. It'd be nice if we got a bear, like what would look like a bull div and we'd start to collapse here. But this is where I don't want to be good at, I don't want to be that good. And I'm like, dang, I guess I'm that good, How do you get a gifted membership? When he puts them out, you like right click your name here somehow, and it says like receive membership. Yeah, there's a way to do it. That's a good question because I can't do it because I'm already part of the channel. You get what I'm saying? So I tried to recreate it one day, and I don't know if I have the same options you do. And I never did it on someone else's channel, right? My man, the Gaming Owl, calls 40K Bitcoin, and honestly, there's a chance. I mean, you saw the TA that we put out today. It did show you there could be a 30,000, 39, 53. Yeah, these are all possibilities, folks. Could be ferocious. War starts again. Straight home use locks up. Oil gets the pump. Yield gets strong. You know what I mean? I'm open-minded. I'm ready for anything. And we'll take an awesome short. Maybe from 50 to 40K if the Gaming Owl is correct. We'll see it. What people don't realize, I love when people come up, and he's not probably doing it. I think he's just, saying it. But some people will come to this channel and I'll be like, long, and they'll be like, it's bearish. Like, they don't realize it's like, I'll flip bearish at the right time, man. We'll see it. We call that 107 short on the right shoulder. That's still on the money if you did short 107,000, right? I mean, look at the way this is going. The market says that when you're above the 200, touching the 21, you pump. It says when you're below the 200, touching the 21, you dump. It says when you're in a descending triangle, you head lower. When you're in an ascending triangle, you likely head higher. They are 50% patterns. Anything could happen, but this is looking like a clean stop out is coming for me. And they might hit it in reverse. I'm right in the liquidity zone of Bookmap too, which is kind of, it's like I know where we're sitting and I'm in there. When I made the trade, I made it visually off the 1 hour holding the wick and holding the 200 moving average. That obviously didn't happen. So my trade's been negated already because we lost the wick and the 200. See what I'm saying? Now I'm just seeing if maybe there's a chance this wick's back up. They're just trying to find out how much they're basically liquidity searching. They're like, it's like sending a little gopher down, on the weekly. August 5th to wick lives at the bottom of that. Also, the top of the ETH release January that year. Yeah. The insider trading and market stall for this Clearing Act is beyond me. Yeah. Well, and they passed the Insider Trading Act apparently, right? So. Oil is back above 100 in the rise, and the border control seems to be around 62, 62.5. Well, you could find out by just pulling the VRVP, man. Yeah. It didn't have to be a CMB. We can find it logistically. He goes, new laws on live TV. You're funny. Shout out to the Crypto King. Shout out to Power Friend, James Quick Business, Tony Zabria, the Gaming Owl, Sir Captain Sticks, and I am Danny 7. Look how the transparent, the law is not a law, it's just an expense. The overall capital strategy focus on the control and proper psychology price shows. True professional. Thank you for saying that. Shout out to Wagon. Will, is it above 100? Good morning, Sammy. How are you, sir? Thank you. Don't know what he's talking about. Thank you, Limitless. Appreciate that. I just read a comment. I didn't say that. I should have verified before I read it. Sorry. Super Chat came in. If an AVAX and iGen Sing USDTP. Oh, wow, he did it right. All right, so we'll take a look at this we'll take a look at this perpetual here. On WEEX. So this is on WEEX, tradable on WEEX. Let's take a look. I don't know why you would love to trade it. Maybe you're trying to show. I don't know what's going on. Okay, so it came out. And then it went sideways. It's one of those like release coins, right? Comes out. Could be unlocked too. I don't know much about the coin itself. I mean, technically it's getting tight. It has some descending triangle vibes like we're looking at this morning here. Remember, long and short is long. Every day is a day to learn. Whatever happens today, I lose my trade, I win it. We go through it. We learn something about how the market works. You show up every day and put in the work with me, you're going to learn. If you come here to judge me and find out whether I win or lose a trade, and then and if I lose, think I suck, I didn't get through to you the way I would love to. But if you came here and just said, man, this guy is a representation of the human person, and I'm just watching a human person go through the movements of trading, and anything that I can pick up subconsciously that he's giving off by actually going through the motions, I'm going to learn. And if you take this stream that way, then that's what the stream is for. Everyone else is like, look at me. You know, I don't know what everyone else is doing. Who knows? God bless everyone else. I'm happy that anyone else is streaming because streaming helps the overall streaming world. The more anyone streams, the more the whole streams work. So, and it all leads back to the king, man, to the lifer, man. So, it can only help me in any way, shape, and form. I believe that in my heart of hearts. Dude, this gets back above the 200, man, or you know what I mean, or this wick. You know, there's a chance I live. I try to use some supportive resistance there too. You see, to position myself a little lower than the average. So when they got everybody else, and again, I made my trade smaller than normal. So say someone wanted to go 1,000 for 5,000, and they had to be right around here, and they just lost $1,000. But they could have went 200 for 700, and still been in the trade, and then made 700 today, if possible. I'm not saying I will for sure. Look, there's a pretty good chance this does an inverted head and shoulder here. Wouldn't that be cool if like 7, 8 o'clock tonight we're at 66.9 and I'm showing you guys a win? We'll see what happens. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going to happen. I'm not a psychic. They keep making some strong. This is some bull div again. Now we got to invert. We got to invert. We got to get back to this 200. We cross the 200. There's a good chance that I could then move my trade to break even. Wow, I like that. Look at those 4 green candles off the bullish divergence. Look at this bullish divergence on the 2-week chart. This is telling me that we've bottomed. It's just like, wow, I've never seen it so strong. Weekly's got to hold that 200 moving average. You're in between this bigger. This is giving you the range here. Now you want to find how low you can go, how high you can go in the range. It looks like we were attempting to go to the bottom. We didn't, the Bears had to have a lot of steam to get us to the bottom of that bigger range. They couldn't do it. They got us some mid-range. Now we're back up with the 200. Do we go back up to the top of the range? Someone said VRVP. Just grab it from here. Give yourself a section of time all the way from here to here. And look, it's going to give you, there's your point of control. There's the volume area high. There's the volume area low. We bring pretty close to the low, then you usually come to the point of control, and then usually come to the volume, Once we get above this big chunk of liquidity, look, 67.5 basically is the gateway all the way back to 95,000. There's just not a lot of walls there. There's one big area, 82, and then, you're basically back at the high at 93,000. It's right there. You can see it. I'm not making this stuff up. The next big chunk, once you break this chunk, is right here between $95,000 and $97,000. To me, that tells a beautiful story for Bitcoin. It gets me excited that there's big money coming. You guys are going to do you. A lot of people right now are in this stage where they're like, is the lifer for real? And I've seen this stage before, the teetering stage. You know what I mean? But people, it'll be October, November. We'll be ripping like we usually do. People that are like, dang, this guy bought the bottoms again. He used the fear and greed index at the highs without any emotions and just stacked Bitcoin when the whales were stacking. More whales have stacked Bitcoin in the last few weeks than since like 2013 or something. It's been a massive whale buy. They are stacking that BTC, folks. So remember that. Keep that on your mind. It's just something that's been happening. All right. Three-day chart's got to flip green here. This is going to be a bit of a struggle. That closes tonight. Really like to see it close above previous support as resistance. Daily, I want to see this. You either open up like so. This is what we're looking at for the daily. Kind of how we traded the 4-hour, same thing. And we're just looking for sideways price action for the next 4 or 5 days. Hold shift, go sideways, right? Look, 6 days at the most. Might last 4 or 5. I do not want to see us lose this level here. Resistance, resistance. We start closing a daily candle somewhere here. 64,000, 63.8. I feel like that's head and shoulder status. tells me we're either double bottoming or we're coming down somewhere down here. We hold this and go sideways, it tells me that we're on our way to 70, the 200 moving average, and we're keeping this whole trend alive. The trend is hot. We got a higher low here, slight higher high, higher low. You got to just put in a real big higher high. Then we can do whatever we want. We come down here and we take out this low, it's over. Real simple. Bitcoin closes a daily candle below 62,350. We're probably in trouble for the bulls. Bitcoin closes a daily candle above 68,250. We're in trouble for the bears. Everywhere else, we're kind of inside. That's a range too right there. Look. That high and that high. This range here. Boom to boom. You're inside a range there too. Good shoulder, head, right shoulder. I'm open. I'm going to be on it. I'm open-minded to see it. I'm going to keep watching it every day for you guys. And I love what I do. I stream every day this crypto and TA analysis because I love it. I do. Today is like, there's days I wake up and the market's struggling. There's days I wake up and I'm up big. There's days I wake up and I'm not up. And today's one of those days where like, I'm not up huge. I'm not down huge. I'm just excited for the future. And I'm just so grateful for the moment that I'm in right now that I'm pleasantly content. All right. And I'm happy that God has given me that ability because sometimes you don't always feel that good. So even just feeling great is a blessing. Amen. And let's say cheers to that. Thank you. And you know who's making me feel good? You are. That means you have a beautiful presence on this world. You're making me feel amazing. Guys, we hit 108,000 subscribers today. I've been fighting to get there for a long time. We fought through. We pushed through. I just want to say thank you. It was a big milestone for me as we head to 110. And I just want to say thank you. 911 beautiful souls here on the live. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. But it's you 900, 1,000 people here on the stream that are showing up tirelessly every day. They give me this yearning to never give up and to always show up and to never stop and to comb my hair and to dress my best and to thank you. I just want to say thank you again. I hope it comes through. I hope I never want to look like the megalomaniac YouTuber that all I care about is me, which I know may sound like, but I hope everyone knows that I'd have nothing without my channel, nothing without you watching, nothing without my viewership. People click links, help me in many, many ways. I can't believe it. I thank God every single day for every single thing I receive during this channel. I'm still amazed. And I want to say thank you to every single one of you. And you guys gave me a place to be every single day. I've been kind of saying that every day, but I want to reiterate it every day. So I like this higher low. We got to hold it, though. And then the 22, the 12, 21-day moving average is usually a good bounce area. So we get that going for us too right now. 8 hour on that 21. And then can we hold this 200 moving average? Look, we're back above the 200 now again. Look at that amazing inverted head and shoulder that's just got big pump for Bitcoin. And later on, I might take a scalp. If I see my model, I can scalp. If I see my model later on today, I'll scalp it with strength because we were so close to losing. We closed this 1 hour candle above the 200. We have ourselves a chance to win today. We close it below the 200. So 12 o'clock again is huge. Remember yesterday was the 4 hour. Today that 1 hour is yesterday when the 4 hour closed, we were somewhere over here, We weren't on the 21. And you can see how each time frame changes depending on what's happening on that time frame. Today, this battle on the 200 on the 1 hour is everything. It is. You stay above it. My trade wins, I look amazing. We lose it, I lose my trade. It's everything. It's everything for me. No, but it is in a way. But it's everything for Bitcoin. I just wanted to make a light joke of that idea, but it is everything for BTC. And we like to see that trade play out over time. We're going to keep looking. Remember, we're not stopping on that ETH BTC idea. Looking at lighter. Looks like there could be some move there. EtherFi, interesting on the radar today. Stable coin. I actually like stable and ENA. I talk about it recently, right? My ode to Mario. Damn, Aerodrone all the way back to 42 again. Holding this coin is hard. I put in like a 2 to 3 year hold. That coin's been hard. Adiera back at 285. I don't know. It got me last time. I don't know if I'll play that game again. And my meme back at 68, but holding strong, the Chinese meme. Maybe I get out and allocate into something different. Make a long bag of pump bun. I feel like pump bun is something that's going to be around a long time. Let's look at pump. Let's look at hype. Let's look at the usual suspectos. I want to look at EtherFi. Someone asked about this coin. I don't know, man. It's in this kind of flag. Looks like it could break out. 4 hour, 1 hour. It's above the 200 moving average. You know what I would do is I would say, looks like it's going to bounce. And if Bitcoin bounces off the 1 hour 200, look at this thing. It's in the same place Bitcoin is right now. Not every coin is just like this, but look at that. And Bitcoin gets the bounce. This coin, I know, even if they're not even close to related, you'd be surprised. Might make this kind of elongated head and shoulder. I think I see what you're saying. Like, you might have caught a bottom here, and there's a chance there's even a swing trade somewhere back up to 0.2970. Just got to hold that 200 on the 1 hour. You got to get some consolidation. I think Bitcoin plays a role in here. If we can't hold that, we're back in red again. We'll see. I don't want to look. It's sketchy today. And, I'm just playing the odds, man. That's it. I'll show up again. We do the same thing. Playing the odds. So there's, the first altcoin there. There was another chat. Let me take a look at the super chats that came in today. Shout out to Bitcoin Bill again for gifting 20 memberships to the Lifers. It's very nice if you don't have to do that, but you did. That's just, they'll come back to you tenfold the way you keep giving. You already know that. You're someone who obviously receives a lot because you give a lot. Isn't that funny? The people that give a lot, you're like, oh, that guy's probably, it's not a coincidence that man probably receives a lot in life. Greetings, Comrade. Thank you. We looked at if too. Thank you so much, Tipper John Yoon. Nick Mavromatis. That's a cool name. He just said, thanks, Sam. Thank you, man. God bless you, brother. This guy just said nothing, asked for nothing. I mean, he did say something, but he asked for nothing. She said, thank you. God bless you, brother. Thank you. It's very nice of you. Very rare I see this. Someone just says thank you in a super chat. It's very rare I'm on a live stream. I must be doing something right when that's the frequency I'm getting back. God bless you, bro. Thank you. That makes that for the rest of my day. I'm going to feel amazing. Someone paid $10 to say thank you to me. That's an accomplishment. Ask yourself, did someone ever pay $10 to say thank you to you? Just be honest. I'm not trying to be rude, but that is an accomplishment beyond accomplishments. Your opinion is highly valued on any day. Thank you. Let's see if a golden cross is coming. Thank you, man. I looked at it again. And I appreciate that for asking. Sam, thanks for the giving. AVAX, please. AVAX. It's been a long time. Is this really the channel today? Is this really today's? I just can't believe someone's asking about AVAX. Those are the fan fundings that came in so far. Just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. I always hit it with this Crypto Liver idea, and then you can hit this heart, and you can also thumb it up. So I thumb them up, and I heart them all, and I say thank you to everybody, and I put your name on screen. Because that's what you got to do when you get a super chat. You got to do the right thing to the people that put themselves out there for you. Right? Aero Dump, they moved the merge back to September. I sold all mine. Very frustrated to trade. Yeah, man. Pay that light tax. Shout out to Stack McChange in the house. How's everything going, Stack? Cato looking strong. Thank you for saying that. Let's take a look at Cato, one of my favorite coins. Let's look at AVAX and Cato as fast as we can. Lickety split, they say, when I was a kid. I think it was a machine that cut. I could be wrong, but I think it was a machine that cut wood. A lickety split. Am I wrong? I have no idea why where did lickety split come from? Where did lickety split is an American item dating to the first printed very quickly or full speed. It is a full extension derived from lick, Scottish dialect, meaning to move at great speed. Eddy, Suffolk Scottish influence. Split added as a rhyming intensifier, possibly reference the split second. Lickety cut, lickety click, lickety switch, suggesting the phrase was really onomatopoeia or nonsensical before on split. American idiom dating back. Lickety split, man. Things my dad used to say. AVAX looks bearish as all heck to be on the daily. It's in a bear flag. Looks like it's going lower, man. I could be wrong, but right now it doesn't look good to me. The stochastics RSI are pointing down. Bearish cross just occurred. RSI looks bearish. I could be wrong. Maybe it comes for a double top. Maybe it swings in for like an Adam and Eve here. But I think there's so much better out there. Like, I wouldn't trade it unless it broke out, retested 7. I think AVAX is kind of I don't want to say this, but I feel like it's dead, man. I've been watching AVAX for a long time. It was actually if DeFi, this is kind of funny. Say gasoline was hot. Someone made the greatest gas station ever. Worked really well. They had the cleanest employees. Super efficient. Everything was awesome there. Nothing you could say about it. Doxed, you know what I mean? You knew who owned it. The guy was awesome. But hydrogen came out and it was just better. And the gasoline was obsolete. I feel like that's AVAX. Like, DeFi was cool at one point. Like, and people thought it was going to take over. And the institutions are clearly telling you, like, no more money is really coming in. We let it fly here and there. But, like, VCs, all that money, it's coming back into hedge funds. It's coming back into AI. It's coming back in where we want it. We're controlling the flow. Those days of making thousands of dollars on cake are over. You know what I'm saying? No one's building those protocols. They're not as prevalent. It's not the wild, wild west of DeFi. Those days are over, folks. I rode that horse, man. You guys were with me back then. That's the thing about it. What people don't realize, man. I've been riding this horse of crypto. It's not just trading, man. We were doing it. I remember when we were on smoke. At one point, I was on I don't know, 15 or 20 DeFi platforms at any one given day. I was swipping and swapping and moving and sweeping, and I was teaching people how to MetaMask course, and man, it was, I'll always remember that time for the rest of my life. I had a cake hoodie on. If you remember, I used to live stream in a cake hoodie, little pancake hoodie. I still got it. It's like my ode to the stream. One day I should just come on with the cake hoodie on, dang, man. Bitcoin hadn't hit. It hit 20K, came back to 6,000. I'm live streaming. Bitcoin's at $6,000. I'm showing in the charts that it's going to go up to 20K. I'm going long. I'm buying more down here. This is the bottom. People are looking at me like I'm nuts. We hit 20K. They're like, there's something to this guy, this crypto lifer guy. I got 3 people watching me back in the day, then 5, then 10. Next thing you know, I had like 50 people on the live stream. Then I remember having like 100. Took about 2 to 3 years. Next thing you know, I had like 300 people on the live. And a lot of people said, thank you, Sam. You've paved the way for a lot of other people to stream too. So, hey, whatever my energy has done for other human beings, blessings. I'm excited. I want to be an enlightened being that only sees the positive in everything and connects the positive and becomes a positive connector. I want to become like a lightning bolt for positive energy. I desire to become that person. I am that person. I do those things. See how I went from I want to I am, and I will. Get want out of your system, man. Even me, look, I have to correct myself every time. My mind says, don't use those words. AVAX looks, it could be the absolute bottom. Fine. And you're onto something. If you really believe in AVAX, it's your chain of chains. You're just deciding that there's just such, I just feel like, tokenization, Ton's coming out with a wallet for billions of people. Let's talk about Ton. Let's look at Ton right now on the charts before it gets big and everyone starts talking about it. Ton's quiet right now, but it could heat up any moment. Ton's dead like AVAX in a way, but it's got a higher low on the weekly. That's a cup and handle. They're coming out with a wallet in a month or something, right? Big news, and that's going to be a big deal. Billions of people, if it isn't out this week or something. But that, I wouldn't be surprised. And Ton to me is a way better buy than AVAX. Privacy chain, a guy that's vocal, a doxed owner that has fought for freedom. People have gone against him. Countries have tried to put him in prison. You know what I'm saying? This got a story. This got a narrative. This could carry it. This has had meme coins pumping. AVAX, man, is like the only people that know what AVAX is are people like me that were in DeFi in 2019, 2020. This is, I like Ton way better. I think we're onto something. This closes the week. That's a higher low for the weekly that we can assume is going to continue to come up for this high over time. Yeah, I think this put Ton on my radar. I'm going to actually put this out. I like this. You got me to find a trade, actually, which is interesting. How one thing leads to another, but that's how they say it in life, isn't it? One thing does lead to another. Okay, thank you for being an awesome lifer. We appreciate it. Let's do something fun today. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. Here we go. Let's see the stream health, what we got. We got 334 people with that stream. Let's get 500 likes. We get 500 likes, which is very small. I give 2 people $100. Let's go, man. Let's hook y'all up. Let's have a good time. Let me give to you. Give to me so I can give to you. Like, allow me to give to you. We're at 334. We're at 334 right here. Just keep hitting. Let's get the likes all the way up to 500 so I may give to you. Give to me so I may give to you. It would be amazing. Let's give back to each and every one of you. Back above the 200 band. The 1 hour just keeps fighting its way. And it's about what happens here at 12 o'clock. And we're in our live trade just battling it out here. Wow. I have the mind to double down right here. No, he won't. See, 65, 784. A little different, you know, somewhat smaller of a parameter of a trade, but same idea. 64659. I mean, that closes a hammer. I can't believe I did it. I doubled down, man. And this will be another trade, a separate trade. I'm putting a little more pressure on this. Let's go, baby. Let's go. To the upside. To the upside. It's all about proper risk. So S&P and NASDAQ, they couldn't hang. You know what I mean? Bitcoin's at, wow, look at this move here. And we'll take a candle like that after that. So this one's kind of, you know, we'll see. I could lose these trades. They're still high risk, man. Basically 1.3 Bitcoin in the trade. Remember how risky, people don't realize how risky you have to be. You have to have a whole, if Bitcoin goes to 65,000 from 65.9, right, to 64.9, that's $1,000. To make $1,000, you have to have your position the size of Bitcoin. So you need to have 64,000 at 1x leverage, 30,000 at 2x leverage. You get it? 20,000 at 3x, 10,000 at 6x. And it goes down and down and down and down. I'm using a 1,000 at 30x. You see? And I did it twice, which gives me basically a $66,000 trade. That's why I'm at like 1.3 Bitcoin. And it's 64. Might even be a little more. I didn't do the math exactly. I got 0.6 here, 0.7 there, you know? And you can see the leverage that I'm using. They both have stop losses. They both have take profits. I'm in and out of these trades. I will pay myself and not sit there and go, well, but what if? But what if it goes up even more? This trade was down like almost $250 at one point. Look how close we got to my stop loss. I never got emotional. I was completely okay with it. I was trading an idea. I'm looking for this candle to close above the 200. I did front run it. When this candle was up big, I thought we were going on a bigger move. So I got to pay the piper there. You're not always up. I'm in some drawdown right now. But look, I'm only down $40 now. As this one comes up, the other one gets even. And so it'll force the trades to kind of play with each other. That's why I doubled down there. We'll see what happens. It could hurt me too. But the most I can lose there now is $500. And the most I can win is, let's see. Let's go over my triggers and let's go over the whole thing. Let's reset my triggers. So I get rid of this one. And I pull it up to here. So that one's 500, and it was like 170 for 5. It was like a really good risk to reward. And this one, I like 67.5, just as like, that one's 1,700, right? So I could make almost $2,400. And then we get rid of this. And we get rid of this. And we drag them down again. And look, even less, about like $400, dude. If I lost $400 today, I'd be in a pretty good spot. You know what I mean? That'd be actually a pretty light loss that I could easily, it'd be actually great. Like I took it down. So I like it, man. And again, am I going to get all the way up there? Maybe not. But one of these is coming home with me, and then I'm going to figure out what to do with the stops. And I'm going to put these stop loss at break even this second I can. As soon as humanly possible. I want to move these stops to break even. Right. So there we have it, man. You can kind of see the trades on weeks, and you can see how easy it is to start and, drag and drop your stop loss. I love trading on weeks. I have the TradingView widget here. I have everything that TradingView has right here on weeks. I can map up my coin. I can trade on my coin. I can do all the stuff. I can add my 21, my 200, my indicators, my VRVP. I got the stochastics and the, this here. They're kind of on each other. If you want to get them off each other, just type in RSI. Click 1, 2, and there we go. Sometimes I'm quick with the hand and I drag one on another. I like them neat like this. I mean, they're both pointing up, suggesting we're getting a bounce. I like to buy when the Stokes are low and curving on the 200 moving average. Last time that buy right there played off very nicely. This one played off interesting when I remember that double. I called this double bottom. One of my best calls recently. We got paid so well. So we'll see what happens, man. There's a chance. So you can see what I'm doing is calculated. Again, almost every day, my trade has something to do, intertwined with, or is mapped out by the 200 moving average. On one time frame or another. On one time frame or another. We take a look at the 1 minute. It's about getting back above the 200. We don't get back above this 200. My dreams are shattered. My trades don't play out. I lose my $400. The risk-reward ratio is awesome the way I'm trading. If you know how to trade, there's places to get in that have lower risk. It took me years to find these places. I kept, it's almost like an Easter egg hunt. I kept trying to put an entry here, then put an entry there. And then I found certain entries worked better at certain times. Certain entries didn't work that good. Certain days worked better than certain times. The same entry worked better on certain days than it did. I said I did the same entry 10 times. I said it played out way better Tuesday night, Monday night than it did on Monday morning, Friday afternoons, Thursday afternoons. I said, man, maybe I shouldn't trade those times. I learned my lesson because my lessons were learned. That's crazy, huh? I didn't download them from somebody. They were real wisdom that I took in from life. You can too, man. You can too. What did Nas say? Gray hairs is wisdom. That means you've seen something, right? Mean mugging, gray. Still, he said they got gray hair, still mean mugging. Gray hairs means wisdom. It means you've seen something. I mean, just one of those timeless lines that always stick in your head. Wow, they're flipping this red again. You never know. Wow, the battle continues. I can't watch. I just got to know that I set my parameters and I took a shot. Whatever happens, happens. It is what it is. Let's get back into what I was looking at. I want to look at stable and ENA. I like that ton right now. And there's news coming out for that. That might ride a pretty big wave on that news. Let's take a look at stable here. Stable's been hot, all right? I put out a call for stable in the trading group because it was just beautifully positioned. And I hadn't seen consolidation like this in a long time. And it was, I don't know, a few days ago, somewhere around here, I put out stable. Maybe even the 17th of July. Let's take a look. If you're ever confused, you want to know something, you're not sure, go into my Discord and just type in the words, you know what I mean? Like 7/13. Today's the 23rd. So 10 days ago, I was looking at stable. And I said, it looks like it's going to break out. Right? Now remember, altcoins take their time now. And that was somewhere here on the 13th when I put it out. The entry was 3.7. It went down a little bit. Never got stopped out. Came up. It's now in the money. Not amazingly, but it is in the money. At one point, it was up 13%, and it's now up 6%. 10x at 60%. I mean, you never know, but point is this. Stable looks good to me. It broke the trend line now, and it could start a bigger move to the upside. Am I on the 333-minute? Yes, I am. But I like what I'm seeing for stable. The 4 hours above the 200, touching the 21. That tells me that and it's consolidating beautifully. Told me that something is brewing for this. Now, it will take its time, but I still am long on this coin. Until it hits a stop loss, no reason to, can even shave a little bit. Just a little bit. And there's levels. You get to somewhere 4.8, you start moving the stop loss below the point of control. You know, you get to 5.4, you put that stop loss to break even, and then so on and so forth. And you start raising the take profit. You see how I do. You know how I do. I move my stop loss to break even as soon as I can, and I move my take profit to get money. And I keep pushing the take profit into the money position because there's no reason to leave money on the table. That's right there, baby. Get that money. Get that money. Get Money Gang, man. My man, who is that? That's my buddy, the GMG, Get Money Gang. That's Twister, man. Yeah. Day in the life of Twister, man. Category F5. I remember when he came out. Crazy. I wanted to show you this. It's still out there. Maybe it's not anymore. And there would be like cool clip. Back in the day, man, we had some clips. I got to verify to continue. I got to see it. Oh, just little clips. Getting out the whip. Anyway, hung out with Twister for the day, and I did this whole behind the scenes with him. You know what I mean? I think there's a clip of me somewhere getting out the whip, like. That's my buddy right there. It's so funny, man. Anyway, I'm the one shooting all this stuff. I was with Twister for the day. We went everywhere. All over the place. Eventually we had like a car game. I don't know, whatever. I wonder if it was anywhere. DJ Vlad. This is a shot of Vlad when he was like a nobody. I was shooting DJ Vlad when he was just getting started. No lie. Like, he saw me with my camera. He's like, who's this guy? Like, he had just started Vlad TV. Dude, I watch people come up all over the industry. Funny, I remember shooting that music video in the middle of the night outside this dream hotel. Right? Shot and edited by Samuel J. Price. There I am, man. So crazy. Dude, we're back up again, man. That's why I never look. Oh, what a pump. Oh, what a belief system. Oh, baby. And that's kind of, to me, says that we're probably going to win today. That's like strong. That's strong volume, man. Who knows? Who knows? How I kind of look at this is I go to the 30-second. I know it's crazy, but I do. And I look for the model. And, you know, look, you can see even the 5-second is now in the model. Wow, they're all playing with the 200, though. But they all have this nice flag going. They're cooking, baby. They're cooking. 1 minute. So they're all kind of doing the same thing. Strong liquidity back to the upside. I like what we're seeing. The 1 hour is battling this 200. This is what you're supposed to see here. You're supposed to see such a fun battle at this 200. This is awesome. Today was great. What an awesome show. You learned so much about the 200 today. And you saw a guy take a shot. You saw a guy take a shot. Look, I'm down $20, man. It's my $10. This might turn into a big win. And now I'm zeroed out. Look, 1's a 1. Now I'm up now. I'm up 10 now. We're close, man. This crosses the 200, and then I get my model. I might double down again on the model. Very rarely I get in before the model, so if the model plays out, I'm already going to have a percentage-wise behind me, and I'm going to have confidence in the trade. It's going to be pretty sweet. See how this candle closes in about 9 minutes of the 1 hour time frame. We're going to get an exciting candle close here. Stay tuned for that. You don't want to miss out on this candle close. Stay tuned with me for the candle close. Did we get up to 500 likes so I can hook up 2 people? Come on, man. 400 likes. What happened to the lifers, man? Like, I want to give away money to people. I want to give people money. Can I please hit 500 likes? 95 people, just tap the like button. If you hear this right now, move your phone to the side on mobile and click the button. You got this. You can do it. I know you can. I believe in you more than you would ever know. Let's go, baby. Let's go. You got it. I'm telling you right now, you can do it. 406. I mean, the lifers used to flood this. We were at 1,000 likes 6 months. I guess it is the slow summertime. I don't know what's going on. I believe in you guys, though. I believe in you guys. You give to me, I give to you. I already do the channel for free. You give to me, I give to you. We keep it pumping. We're giving live trades that are playing out right now. I don't know what else I could do. I put my money where my mouth is. This is my real money. And I want to help other people, so help me help you. Let's go. Let's rip it. In these beautiful times. We're so close right now. 7 minutes till candle close. A couple more altcoins I want to look at. Let's take a look at Light, Lit, and Beat for now. I'm curious, because I was trading Beat, then I did that. So Light got the move that I was looking for up to 21, then kind of went sideways. Got the pump out the flag. Ended up being kind of whatevers, right? I think really it's smart to go with the bigger time frame here. Like let the 3-day hit the 21 and then it looks like it's going to go boom. Bigger time frames are great, man. They just take a long time. Like you set your parameters and there's usually a little more drawdown if you're wrong for a while. You have to be down a little bigger for longer, which is weird. But that's just kind of how it works. If you're new to the channel or just watching, we just jumped into 2 longs here. Entry at $64.9 and $65 and $50. $1,300 and $1,100 in at 33x lev, making it a 1.3 Bitcoin trade in total of the 2 trades. All right. And the reason why we longed is I'm looking for the bounce off the 1 hour 200 moving average. I'm going to get rid of everything so you can see it nice and clear. I got you. And we're looking for this candle to close in 5 minutes and 50 seconds above the 200 to solidify the fact that we could be getting a bounce. This did close green despite the wick coming down strong. Lit, I want to see come down on the 3-day maybe 9 more days. Like Lit might be ready. I want to see it test the 196 $2 level. I do see it headed to 411 sooner than later. IF is looking pretty strong at a $6.6 million market cap. It just needs to go sideways a little bit and it might get lit. Speaking of lit. And then we wanted to look at Beat real fast. And then anything else I see you guys. If you throw something in the chat, you want a coin, let me know. We looked at the super chats. It looks like they're pretty awesome. Also, Beat eventually did get the move. Look at this. It took forever. It loop, and then it did bounce out. And I was looking for it the whole time, but I gave up around here. I guess if you looked at the bigger picture, see if I had zoomed out a little bit and gave it a little more space and wasn't as greedy on the smaller time frame, then yeah. It was looking like it was going to make a move because what? I was looking at the moving average on the 4 hours. Yeah, see the 4 hour above the 200, man? Dang. I'll tell you what, man, I wouldn't be surprised if Beat goes on a run. When this thing runs, it just, I don't know if there's bot or volume or something, but this thing just goes crazy. When the 4 hour looks hot, as small as the 15 minute can give you the edge. There it was. Damn, we missed it. The 21 right there. And that's why, once the 21 leaves, you're kind of chasing. You either buy on the 21s or you chase. I'm sorry to say, I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, but either you understand my system, right? Or, you might use liquidity, ICT, whatever makes you happy, but you're chasing eventually at the end of the day, right? Shout out to Crypto Billy, man. God bless Crypto Billy in the house. Hope everything goes well for Crypto Billy. Everyone throw good vibes for Crypto Billy every day, man. He's such a good dude. Remember how big the pumps were when FTX was around? Oh, yeah. I'm learning more about myself being in the trading biz. 100% you will. Cherry City Bullies will tell you about how much he learned about himself, right, Cherry? Scottish Crypto will learn so much about himself. Daxi getting beat down. What a shame. Hey, man, nothing is a long-term holdout here except for like Sol, BNB, and Bitcoin. Everything else, man, looks like it could get bashed. He says, today, Bitcoin will cross 67,000. Wow, people saying, right? Let's take a look at the S&P futures. It doesn't look amazing, somebody says, as we're very close to this close here for Bitcoin. See, Bitcoin has its own narrative. Let's take a look here at the S&P, which I was very bullish on, getting very close. I got stopped out. So they got me, which stinks. I was in the trade for 5 days. I normally don't trade anything but Bitcoin. I guess this is why. I have to be honest, man. I see bullish news coming. The yield ripping back up. Straight up from you. And it's going to be an inverted head and shoulder, and we're going to be ripping again. This is just a grab, man, to get people scared. I firmly believe that, like Sam, fine, maybe it comes down to the 200. I mean, that's where you would go on this 12-hour, on the daily. 1 hour got rejected by the 200 moving average. I see it bouncing back up. You're already oversold, right? No feelings league, 100%, man. NFL all day long, baby. I like it. NFL, no feelings league. Yep. Dude, XRP is, I always thought it was suspect. I said I would only touch it on the weekly for a long periods of time. Had a nice run up there. Look, 115, came back down to bounce. It's bouncing off the 200 on the 1 hour, just like Bitcoin. If Bitcoin can hold, XRP will hold. It's that simply simple. And as I tell everyone, they really just want to have a long-term outlook for XRP and buy it near the 200 moving average and sell it when it's far away in a few years. Like, that's it. Like, there's really no other way. Do whatever makes you happy. But that's how you do it. Like, that's really what we're going for here. Okay, here we come. 1 minute and 21 seconds left here. We have a couple more altcoins we can squeeze. Any altcoins you guys want? Let me look at the chat right now. Any altcoins you guys are looking for? Thank you. No, thank you, man. Shout out to Anthony. Shout out to Rakuma Ramina. Makura Ramina. Yeah. Rakuma Ramina. That's a cool name. Shout out to Caroline Stark. Gwei's been dumping. Check it out. Where does she stop? Sip sinking. Wow, Gwei. Well, Gwei gets pumped and dumped, right? Small coin. So we picked up something there. Gwei. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. Oh, my gosh. What a beatdown. ETH gas. They're doing something to make ETH. If ETH is cheaper, then Gwei should go down in price, which would be actually pretty good. Oh, wow. People want bonk, spade. Wow. So I never realized that people wanted all these coins. Guys should have told me, man. Guys, just throw them out there, guys. Don't be shy. I guess people are nice to me. They don't want to overwhelm. Let's look at SWE. I always liked SWE. I said it looked good to me. It was so tight above the two. I mean, it looked great. I put out a long on it. You can see. And the long was up in the money for a while. Now it's back at break even. Again, it's back to Bitcoin just doing it. It's getting that Bitcoin scare. I bet it's on the 1 hour 200. Look at this. The 200 moving on the 1 hour. It's right. It's below now. Everything. If Bitcoin recovers today and gets the pump, everything recovers. So you buy these fear days that are sketchy and you get paid. But you gotta be ready to be stopped out on a day where it's sketchy. You do that a few times and only got to win 3 out of 10 of them. People aren't ready for that. Okado, real quick. And remember, we're going to put all these timestamp below the video so you can have access to that too as well. Wow, I put out Kato and Kato ripped to the upside. It is up nicely from when we first talked about it, and I gave this rising wedge. See, it didn't go perfect, but it didn't get stopped out. Like, trading is not going to go exactly to plan every time. The idea is that the parameters that you put around it don't, Wow, you guys, I didn't know it was this easy just to ask for a coin, and that's how much I would get. Wow, you guys, that's amazing. Unbelievable. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being absolutely amazing and awesome. I lost my window here. I'm attempting to find it. 483, 17 more likes. I can hook up some people with some gains, baby. 16 more people hit the like button, man, and I'm going to give away $200, $100 to 2 different people. We're going to have some fun doing it at the end of the stream, too, so stay tuned for that. 747 stayed, man. We just need a few more people to hit that like button, man. It's not that hard. And you're going to help other people win. So, like, if you want to win, hit the like button. If you care about other people winning, if you have a heart and soul, man, if you actually have blood in your heart pumping, if you care about the world in some way, if you breathe air, man, hit that like button. We're not moving until this goes to 500, folks. It has to go to 500. We're not moving until I know it will go there. I'm going to close my eyes and I'm just going to project. And when I open them, the number 500 is going to be there, sitting there, waiting for me. All right, 1, 2, 502. You guys did it. All right, I knew it. I have so much faith in my life or community. We just got to wake them up, get them going. Oh, wow. So we closed the candle. First candle should dump at the beginning of the hour if you want it to be green. So perfect. We get the wick off this. This comes back up, and we get a monster candle. If this had started to pump, no good. You want to dump for the first 3 to 5 minutes of a 1 hour candle if you can. You want to create a wick here. This is important now. The first 10 minutes of the new candle. So we got the green close. But you don't have to long the close immediately. You long this. If you have any guts at all, you long the red right now because it turns into a wick. Again, don't do what I say, please. You have to understand this and have an educational background along that. I'm not telling you what to do at all, and I am not a financial advisor. And nothing I say and do should be taken as such. I long this already. I took a shot. Don't do what you see people do online as well. We are also away for the 21. If we had pumped, I tell you to sell the, if we pumped up to the 200 and we're away for the 21, I would sell my long. It's telling us it's a good place to get into a long. If you would flip it upside down, that's where you would sell a long, then that's where you should enter a long. That makes sense. I hope it does. We'll see. I may still get stopped out. You never know. I am not perfect. And what I say is not the end-all of end-all. All right, let's get into hooking it up. We got the candle closed. Let's have some fun. All right. Pretty simply put, how this works is I'm going to put a number. Okay. So check this out. I'm going to put a number. So take a look at this. Okay, so I'm going to put a number in my notes. I'm going to start a new notes. I'm going to put a number from 1 to 66. All right. I'm going to put a number from 1 to 66. And if you put the number and I don't see it, please don't complain. I have to see the number and you have to put it in. All right. Look at this guy. I've never seen someone go so hard. We just got spam botted, man. Roger Cut Marina, man. That was so nice too, by the way. So I'm looking for the number. I might not see it. I might see it. Let it slide. I'm just going to see who has the number and who is locked in. I don't see the number yet. I've seen people get pretty close. It's not that difficult. You're a 1 in 66 chance of hitting it. A lot of numbers flying across the board here. I just see it if it stops, if I can stop it on my hand, like 100 beans up for grabs here on the channel. Unbelievable. I love this. I did see it. I think I saw it. I think I seen it. And remember, if you put it out, all right, here we go. This one, it stopped right there. Oh, I had you and you disappeared. I'm so sorry. You were supposed to be the one, but somehow it slipped out of my hands. It's got to be simple for myself. I don't want to be dragging it too far. I grab this and kind of start playing around. I'll look for the number. I don't edit the number. The number stands. Oh, there it is. All right, my man, Benjiana Blanco. If you're out there, use your YouTube channel, number 43. Look at that. Email us. And we'll hook you up with 100 USDT, man. Congratulations. All right, next one is going to be a little more difficult. I'm going to put a color and a number. All right? You know, like green 68. All right? The number is going to be between 1 and 70. And you got to put the color first and then the number. I'm going to write the color and I'm going to write the number. All right? I've written a color and a number. Let's see. Whoever gets the color and the number. This one's a little harder, goes a little longer, takes a little longer to happen. But we've done this many times. It does happen. So you type in the color and the number into the chat and you are entered to win. And if you get the right one that matches the number that I wrote down in my notes, you're in there for a big one. All right, let's start it off. Let's see. We got yellow 25, yellow 33, green 68, blue 42. Not bad. You guys are getting it. First order of business, people are understanding how to play the game. You know what I mean? We got Falcon 37. That's not how it works. You know, we got green 65, pink 9, blue 28, black 44. I like it. Amazing, right? And again, you might put it out there and I don't see it. I'm so sorry, you won't win. So you might actually get the right answer and lose. I know doesn't feel good. Like 10 people might write the right one. I might only see 1 out of the 10. You know, like it just stopped there. I got to see it. You know, I want to kind of have it play. It's kind of like, does the computer work with you? Do you get it right? It's all a game of chance here. That's why it's so amazing when the person does win. I'm always like, it's amazing. I'm like, how did they win? Like, I guess they're the person that was supposed to win through the channel. It's just so amazing. It's fun to give back to in a fun way. My life would be watching green, red, blue, yellows. Wow, it's getting crazy here. Like, do you ever just... I look for it now, just in case I missed it. You got to take a little scan, you know. I will tell you, a couple people have the color right in here. If that gives a bit of a couple people have the color right in here. If that helps you at all. Some people might, I've seen people pick up on my clues. Like, next thing you know, they're putting in the clue again. I'm like, dang, how do they know? You know? Let's see. Wow, channel is booming, man. Chat is ripping out here. Wow, back at 64.8. They're really going hard at this 200 today. They're making it hard to win, man. They're making it hard to win. Oh, I think we got it. Did we get it? I thought I seen it. Oh, it's so close. This just takes a couple more minutes and we'll be there. Someone just wrote 1111. That's a waste of time. Oh, it's so close. I'm gonna see it. I have faith. I used to have faith it would never happen, but it's always happened. Someone's very close, right? Someone was very close right here. Pink 44, right? Someone's very close again. The guy with those lines. I just gave you a big hint. Oh, I think I seen it. Oh. Someone has the color, but the number is like the opposite. Like, it just needs to be flipped. Oh. Oh, it's getting close. Want to make sure I remember. I'm like, yeah, I know what it is. I know what it is. Pink 44. This is getting crazily. Ooh, someone was very close. They had it by 1 number off. Oh my gosh. Oh, wait. Hold up. I thought I saw it. No, people are very close though. No. We're getting close, man. We're getting so close, folks. Don't give up on me now. It's gonna happen. Oh my gosh, the anticipation. Like, I want to see it so bad now. Like, someone was very close just there. I hit on them. They were like, there. Come on, someone just put it in there. It's got to be authentic. I can't pick the random number that I just want to end it and just pick a random number. Oh my gosh. This person is so close with the lines, man. You're getting real close, man. 1 number off, like, and you're in there, bro. I'm talking to you. It's yours now. I mean, good move with the lines. I was able to see it and help you out there. You're doing something different that's putting you ahead of the pack. You deserve to win now, man. Put it in there with that line. I'll see it, and you know it. You know that number. You know what it is. Come on now. Come on now. Whoa, whoa. You're close, man, but no. It was the other number that you had to change. Oh my gosh, hold up. I just got a bunch of people who feel like they're like they can. This pink stuff is, I gotta tell you, pink ain't it, all right? How's that? Pink is not it. How's that? So you can stop doing pink, because that ain't it. It's too much pink. Oh, I saw it. I saw it. Yellow 54, man. My man Conquistador Offshore. And go from this email here. I go to your channel. It usually lets me right now. I don't know. There's something weird going on. Oh, there it is. It came up. Go to your channel. I hope that, yeah. And email us from here, man. Conquistador Offshore, baby. My man. That's him right there doing his thing. Getting it in, I think. That's awesome. What's he pulling up? What's he pulling up? What's he pulling up? Wow, that's a beautiful, beautiful fish. Is that a bass? What is that? Nice, bro. Anyway, man, congratulations, man. You win. Both of you guys email cryptolifers@gmail to get that $100. All right. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. As I leave, we're still inside the long, and we're battling the 200 moving average of the 1 hour time frame. Either I get stopped out, we get a close, and we get our move back to the 21. It's looking like I'm going to win, but we'll see. I'm playing some good probabilities, but only time will tell. I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. No screen share tonight. Not till I get back home. I have guests staying with me again, a friend that I haven't seen in years. And I need these times. I need these nights. I don't have much. Only 1 month of my life. But I'll be back to screen share every single week. Coming back in August, and we won't stop. So I love you all. Thank you so much. I will see you inside the trading group throughout the day. I won't let you down, and I'll update you on what happens with this trade, where we go, and if we win or lose. Hope you have a wonderful day. Stay blessed. Stay amazing. Watch your altcoins. They're very sketchy right now. There's only a few and far, and there's a couple setups. So be careful. I'll look for them every single day, and I'll scan the ones that are hot and help us kind of stay away from the ones that aren't. God bless you all. Thank you so much, and I'll see you all tomorrow for a beautiful, awesome live stream. Thank you for another awesome live stream this week. I can't tell you how blessed I am to have each and every one of you here. Thank you for participating and the giveaway, having fun. And thank you for YouTube and Google and everyone that makes this show amazing. Thank you for my whole team and everyone that shows up. Hit the pinned comment if you want to sign up to WEEX. It's right there for you. I'm live trading on WEEX right there. You can do it with me. And demo trade as you begin, because it's not easy. I make it look easy. It is not. It's going to take you some time to get the way I'm at, as good as I do at it. So I love you all. Thank you so much. I will see you tomorrow. Stay blessed. Stay amazing. God, thank you so much for everything. I'm appreciative of every moment that I have, every breath that I take, and every chance I get to spend with my wife and my kids and each and every one of you. So thank you, guys. I'll see you all tomorrow. Remember, there's one secret, the secret to success, and it's getting started.